You know, there's been a lot of complaints lately about the quality of the Marvel Disney Plus shows, and with the ending of Secret Invasion, I really can't blame anyone. That ending was absolutely horrible in my opinion. But now we have Loki, which the first season was great. Everybody loved it for the most part. But how did season 2 turn out? Let's talk about it. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and this is just my opinion. Hey, what's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Just My Opinion for my Loki Season 2 series review. And if this is your first time finding me and you happen to like this video, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. All right, guys, we have Loki Season 2, something that I was really looking forward to. In my intro, I said that Season 1 was pretty much beloved, and I really did enjoy Season 1, especially those first 2 episodes. I thought it was the best thing since sliced bread. Right after that, it was kind of a dip for me in quality. I did not like that episode 3 or 4, Lamentis, and I really wasn't caring for the cliffhanger. But again, guys, now we have Season 2 with my expectations being super high. Of course, I will start with things that I did enjoy about the series, and I want to let you know this is going to be non-spoilers. I am not going to spoil this thing at all. Super duper non-spoilers. However, I will be doing weekly recaps every week. Friday, 6 p.m. CST is the time I believe I'm going to keep. Here is the live broadcast right here. So if you want to engage with your boy, and I may have some guests going live each week, every Friday, 6 p.m. CST, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. I would love to kick it with you guys in the chat. But the very first thing that I liked about this series is the introduction to a lot of new characters. Some that you see in the trailer, so it's quite obvious to you, but I don't want to go down the cast list because some of them are quite a surprise. They did have a lot to do in this series and came across very strong. I can't believe they did so well in this because it's not just 1 or 2 characters. There's a number of them that stood out, and that's just a highlight for me while I was watching this series. I also wanted to go ahead and say that this is only going to be a review for the first 4 episodes. There are 6 episodes total, and I am just reviewing the first 4. Disney has never done this before where they give us the first 4. They usually only give us the first 2, so it's kind of hard to rate a series by that. So thank you, Disney. I appreciate it, but this is just going to be a review for the first 4 episodes. The next thing that I really liked about this series is the sense of urgency. There's a lot of dialogue and people panicking because they don't know what the hell is going on. Is time over? Are we all going to die? Are we all going to be erased from existence? What in the world is going to happen? If you did see the end of Season 1 Loki, which I'm pretty sure you did if you're watching this video, you know that the crap pretty much hit the fan. And that's where a lot of the characters are mentally when we pick up with Season 2, running around with their heads chopped off, not knowing what to do or who they should rely on for help. I really do like that sense of urgency right there. It really makes me feel like the world or existence is coming to an end. And it's also just the science fiction of it all, like timelines coming together, universes coming together, some giant universe, multiverse war. That just seems very fascinating to me. They did really get techie in this series, kind of Bill Nye the Science Guy with devices and little gadgets and gizmos here and there. It really did get nerdy and geeky sometimes, and that can put a smile on your face if you're into that type of thing. So I did like that, just the introduction to new concepts when it comes to time, how it works, and just to show stroking your curiosity, just saying, man, if somebody were to go back in time and do this or change this, how would this play out right here? How does a time loop work exactly? Who influenced who? Was it the future that influenced the past or the past that influenced the future? Things like that are thrown around a ton in this series, and it really does get your mind racing as far as you trying to learn something. I also like the fact that the question of morals does come up a number of times. Should we be purging people? Should we be purging variants, certain timelines if they are getting out of control? Whose right is it to say if someone can live or someone can die? Who is making these decisions? What makes me better or the next person better or worse to come to these conclusions? These questions come up a lot in this series, not just from new characters that we've never met before, but some of the old ones from the first season. And I like how that carried over because a lot of people do have a change of heart, a different mindset from they had in season 1 going from season 2. And that just goes to show of how new information can be presented to you and completely flip your world upside down. around, and I like that as well throughout this series. The series is also very unpredictable. I really didn't know what was going to happen next, and that can really be exciting from time to time, so I appreciate that too. I thought the visuals were beautiful. The score was also a delight as well. That's never a problem. The Loki soundtrack, the Loki composition was one of the better ones in all of the movies and Disney Plus shows, in my opinion. It's just something about the beat that I really do like. But overall, the series is pretty decent, and I am enjoying myself for the most part. But guys, those are some of the things that did work for me. Now let me transition to some things that really didn't work for me. The first being Jonathan Majors' performance. I am a big fan of Jonathan Majors. He's coming through right now as Victor Timely, one of the characters that I was looking forward to the most when I was getting ready for this season 2 debut. And to be honest with you, I have to be a little disappointed with his performance. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either. Just his character, Victor Timely, his mannerisms, the way he moved about and all of his quirks was kind of annoying, if I had to be honest with you. And I expected so much more. Again, this is only the first 4 episodes, and I didn't see He Who Remains at all, but Victor Timely is the character that Jonathan Majors is fulfilling. And it's kind of a miss to me, to be honest with you. We'll see how things play out in episodes 5 and 6, but this right here was a bit disappointing, if I had to keep it real with you. I also felt like a couple of the episodes was filler, and that's disappointing as well too. At the end of season 1, things don't really pick up from there until you get to episode 4. There was a lot of things that happened in the first 3 episodes to where I was saying to myself, what was the point of us going through this entire journey if this is where we're going to end up? We didn't really need to see this at all. Now, that could come full circle around back in episodes 5 and 6 when that debuts, and I haven't seen it. But right now, I'm kind of thinking it was a waste of time. There's a lot that happens in season 2 of Loki that actually gets you nowhere when you think about it. It's just kind of wasting time, in my opinion, and that's a big bummer. Something else that bothered me about season 2 is also tied in with something that I liked. I said that I really do like the sense of urgency when it comes to certain characters, where they're trying to solve a problem or get some questions answered. But on one side, where there is a sense of urgency and everybody is trying to expedite every situation that they're in, sometimes that can be wasted dialogue where characters are talking about stuff that really doesn't matter. And I'm just like, no, let's keep the ball going here. Don't slow down to talk about something that's pointless. And that happened a number of times, and that was kind of annoying as well. I'm like, no, let's get back to the nitty gritty. Let's get back to the important things. If you don't, all existence is going to end. And I don't like how they're going back and forth. I wish there would have been a little bit more consistency there, but it's not. Sometimes they're moving fast or at a quick pace, but sometimes they slow down. And again, it's something pointless, and that kind of grinds my gears too. Now, I will say this, the first 2 episodes of season 1 started so strong. I was saying to myself, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever. This series is going to be amazing. And for me personally, after episode 2, things started to slow down and dip a little bit, and I really didn't like the cliffhanger at the end of season 1. I know a lot of people gave me crap in my comment section when I was making that commentary in that video a while back. However, season 2 does not start as strong as season 1. It's okay. The first 3 episodes, when they ended, I wasn't saying to myself, oh my gosh, I can't wait to press play and to see what happens next. I only felt that way at the end of season 4, which concluded the episodes that I saw. At the end of episode 4, it's a huge cliffhanger, and I was like, damn, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to see what happens next in episode 5. And so with the cliffhanger at the end of season 1, in my opinion, that really doesn't pick up in significance until episode 4. I can't wait for 5, but season 1 started great, ended kind of slow in my opinion. Season 2 started slow, and it looks like it's going to be a banger at the end. And I really do hope that they end knocking this out home run style. But guys, that's going to wrap up my thoughts for Loki, and hopefully you enjoyed yourself. I don't necessarily want to give this a rating right now since it's only the first 4 episodes. I'll come back and rate it once we see everything. But the show is decent to say the least. And I think everybody will have a good time. In my opinion, you just have to be patient a little bit, and hopefully they can stick the landing, because where it's going, man, this could really change a lot in the MCU, and I really think that that's what everybody wants for the most part. But guys, again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please come back this Friday, 6 p.m. CST, for me to go live with you guys and engage. I'm really looking forward to it. I'll have some of the recaps, reviews, breakdowns of this series, so just subscribe so you can get all that great content. Again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.